I'm Stéphane Jaquemet. I'm the Director of Policy at the International Catholic Migration Commission. At the same time, I'm the head of the GFMD Civil Society Coordinating Office. So we have just finished the Global Forum on Migration and Development Summit in Quito. It's always a little bit difficult to talk about the achievements precisely because of the nature of the GFMD. Civil society plays a part because we are one of the 4 mechanisms of this GFMD, along with governments, the business mechanism, and the mayor's mechanism. I think we achieved quite a lot in discussing a number of issues which are difficult at the moment. One of them is criminalization of migrants, but also of civil society working with migrants. Access to services by irregular migrants is another issue which is also delicate for a number of governments. And of course, because the GFMD took place in Quito, in Ecuador, I think we discussed a lot what we call mixed migration. I think it's very important that we have a space where civil society can have an open dialogue with governments. The good thing about the GFMD is that it may not be binding, it may be informal, but usually governments are quite open, and it's really a place where delicate migration issues can be discussed in an open and transparent manner. Again, it does not necessarily mean that the governments will buy all the proposals from civil society, but it's a laboratory. So I don't think that the idea is to have immediate results. It's more a kind of a long-term investment. It's very important to realize that the GFMD, created 13 years ago, paved the way for the adoption of the Global Compact on Migration. Local authorities have a very good grasp of the reality, have a very good grasp of the difficulties encountered by migrants. And therefore, I think we have many things in common between civil society and the mayors, because civil society is also the main provider of services to, in particular, irregular migrants through clinics, through education program done at the grassroots level. There is a recognition by civil society that there is nothing we can do without the private sector. When you talk to migrants, there is one thing they want to have is a job. The main providers of job are the private sector. We have discussed quite a bit with the business sector on all the labor issues, but also access to services. You know, one of the major problem is detention of migrants, detention of minors. And in a number of countries, you have initiatives where alternatives to detention are being identified, jointly through the government committed to releasing the people, NGOs providing a number of services, the local authorities being a kind of a legal guarantor of people being released, and the private sector providing jobs for the people being released. And of course, now we are very much looking forward to the next summit of the Global Forum on Migration and Development, which will take place in Dubai, in the United Arab Emirates, in January 2021. What are my expectations? I would like more governments deeply committed to the GFMD. So far, the GFMD has been able to continue through the active engagement of 10, 15, maximum 20 governments. Most of the other governments will participate, will follow, but we don't see the same level of proactive engagement. The United Arab Emirates has been a very proactive chair. We already have a vision paper. Two things which for me is very important about the UAE chair. The first one is a clear focus on labor issues, including trying to regularize irregular migrants through work permits. And the second one is that the United Arab Emirates have decided to have 6 regional consultation. For the first time in Dubai, the summit will be open to all participants. So I think the formula of having a summit open to everyone, this change of dynamics, in my view, will make the GFMD more interactive, more creative, and I would add with probably more results.